Hey everybody, Drew Richardson here with ASR Miniature Art. We're going to go over the LoneWolf GT for Kings of War that happened this last April of 2023. We're going to go over briefly, kind of just a summary of the event as a whole. Fortunately, I don't have a lot of photos I took. And if anything, I'm just going to show you pictures of my army. I did not plan on doing more of these videos. I just kind of did it as a one-off for Adepticon. I've actually got a lot of people reaching out saying they enjoyed them and they like to hear what I have to say. So I'm going to keep doing them until I either get bored or don't feel like doing them anymore, or people stop wanting to see them. So the event as a whole, I'm going to basically just kind of give a summary of how who runs the event, what the event's about, what the missions are kind of like, and I'll try to do my best to remember the games I had. I can remember the opponents and the armies that I played for the most part, and if I won or lost, but I don't know if I can give you a ton of details about each game individually, unfortunately, because this is about a month ago from the time I'm recording. But I'll do my best, and we'll make it through this go. All right, so the event's ran by Mark Cox, one of my buddies down in DFW area, I think it is, Dallas, whatever, Texas, somewhere, it's all the same. Awesome guy, known him for years. He's like family, love him to death. Him and his team and his lovely wife and family, they run the event. It's an awesome 2-day tournament for Kings of War, which is basically a Warhammer Fantasy Battle successor. It's a rank and file medieval fantasy game. It's a lot of fun. The tournament is one of my absolute favorites. It is what I would consider as the best newbie tournament. Everybody is there just to have fun. It is a lot of the missions are kind of zany and weird. They're not like too crazy to where you can't try to win and there's no tactics, but there's some nice twist on like core missions from the book and stuff. I don't think I've ever been and not had fun. It's one of those kinds of tournaments where I'm going because I want to see the people and have a good time. I could lose almost every game and still be like, "Yep, I was glad I went." And I saw Mark that at the event. It really is one of the few events. Especially in the grand scheme of wargaming, that you could just get tabled every game and you still had an absolute blast. So everybody's there just to have fun and good time. So where do we start? Let's go with, and there's big thanks again to Mark who runs the event. He's fantastic. I actually did get, I got, I think, one photo I can show you guys, and I'll steal some photos from the LoneWolf GT page and put them up here as well as we go through the event. Now that I think about it, I'll just save some of those and steal them. I don't think Mark is going to care. The event was really fun. I went down there with all Oklahoma City crew. The OK crew is our team name. Friday night, and we went to Buc-ee's, had some cool barbecue, and went down there and just shot the crap with everybody. Had some, a little bit to drink, had some fun, playing some Magics, playing some board games. Really good time. That was Friday night. Friday or Saturday morning, I got paired up against my buddy Michael. Sorry, I don't remember everybody's name. I actually don't know if I know Michael's name, but Michael and I think, started around the same time in 2018, 2019. So he's a familiar face. I've known him for a long time. Really awesome guy, really fun. However, he has gotten a lot better than I have gotten. He's played the game a lot more, and I basically stopped during COVID, and this is like my year I'm trying to come back. So he's an awesome player. He's playing Forces of the Abyss. I took Northern Alliance. Before we go too far into that, I do also want to go over my list a little bit, and I'll go over what I can remember of Michael's list as well. I brought Northern Alliance with 3 units of Snow Foxes, 2 units of Dwarven Clansmen troops, 2 units of Huskarls, 2 regiments of Huskarls, and the other ones were regiments of Swarms and a troop. And then I brought 2 regiments of Icekin Hunters. I brought 1 horde of Ice Trolls with Chalice of Wrath for the Fury item. I ran 2 Icekin Bolt Throwers. I ran a Thane with Inspiring Talisman and the Aura Rally, which is pretty sweet. I also ran a Snow Troll with Blade of Slashing. No, he didn't have any items, just a Snow Troll. I had a Lord of Frostfang with Blade of Slashing. I brought Hrim, the Frost Giant, who is a beast. And outside of that, I'm trying to think of who else I had. I think it's a 15-drop list. So 3 Snow Foxes, 2 Dwarven Clansmen, Lord of Frostfang, Snow Troll, Hrim, Thane, Huskarls, that's 11. Icekin Hunters, Bolt Throwers. Yep, that was it. Okay, that's everybody. So that's what I ran. Pretty decent chunk of shooting. Not like it's the whole focus of the list, but it can hurt people pretty bad. It's really good cleanup or chaff killing shooting. Michael brought he brought like a Cronius. He brought the named Greater Demon. He brought 2 hordes of Molochs. He brought a Succubus with, I think, the Gnome Glass Shield, which is a really good item on Succubus. He brought a couple of lower Abyssal Ghouls, or whatever the ghouls are specifically. Abyssal Ghouls, I think is what it is. A couple of lower Abyssals as well. 1 unit of Abyssal Cavalry, and I think a couple Gargoyles. So he had a pretty decent list. The mission, and this is what I was trying to say earlier with the Lone Wolf missions being a little kind of zonky. We were playing Invade, which is just get across to the opponent's half the table. But the mission was called Blizzard. I think that's what it was. And the way it worked is your line of sight, every turn, at the top of every turn, both players would roll somewhere between 2 and 6 dice. The combined number of those dice were how far you could see. So while I had a lot of good shooting, and Michael didn't want to deal with it, he rolled 2 dice, and I would roll 6. And we'd add it all together and be like, oh, I can only see like 20 inches. Now that does impact charges, so the closer we got to each other, the more likely we were like, yeah, we need to roll high so we can see each other charging. So, but it basically countered shooting, especially my ice kin bolt throwers. Like, the bolt throwers just, they got turned off for pretty much the whole game. I got pretty well smacked down from what I remember. This is going to be a running trend for most of my games. I lost pretty bad. It didn't help with the scenario. I feel like the scenario robbed me a little bit, but I don't think it would have changed. It was more of a feel bad than it was a deciding factor. So pretty sure I was going to lose either way. I might have just killed some more stuff, or maybe I would have got a couple more units. I want to say I ended up with like 2 units across the line, and he had like 5. So 5 or 6. Smoked me. That was my game with Michael. Then my game 2 was against Jose Vega. Jose is actually, it's pretty funny. Jose was the first opponent I had played Kings of War with back in, I think, 2018 or 2019, whenever I started at Lone Wolf, my first Lone Wolf, when I had an unpainted undead army, just trying to get games in. And Jose was like my first opponent. He was playing Forces of Nature back then. He whipped me, destroyed me. And that was what was actually really cool about this Lone Wolf. Every single opponent I had was somebody that I had met like the first year of me playing the game, and a lot of them at Lone Wolf. And so it was almost like I got a rerun, like a nostalgia bracket, right? It was really cool. I enjoyed it a lot. So Jose, though, was running Undead. And this time, we were playing... What were we playing? I cannot honestly remember what we were playing. Because I can remember parts of the game. I don't remember. I'm sorry, guys. I don't remember at all what mission we were playing. I want to say it was I want to say it was Pillage, but I honestly don't 100% remember. No, it couldn't have been Pillage because I don't think we had any objectives out anywhere. What were we playing? Oh, we were playing Control. Yeah, we were playing Control, which is the like three quadrants on each side and trying to control them. Or not quadrants, because that means 4, but the 3 sections on each side, so 6 total sections. I could not tell you what the twist was for this one. I don't remember it. But Jose's list was like 2 Vampires on Pegasus, 2 Soul Reaver regiments, 2 units of zombies, 2 units of ghoul, 2 regiments of zombies, 2 ghoul troops, a Soul Reaver, I think 2 Soul Reaver Cav units, and some of the swarms, the undead regiment, a regiment of the undead swarms. The way this game basically ended up going was we both pushed hard on the flanks. He sent Cav and a Vampire Pegasus. I sent Hrim and Icekin Hunters. He would go. Then he went like Vampire on Pegasus, and I went Lord on Frostfang, and I won the sides. And so I was able to just sandwich in and kill his army. That's basically how it ended up going down. I ended up winning the flanks really hard and was able to pincer maneuver him and get the win. I don't remember. I think it was a 15-5 win out of a possible like combined 20, something like that. It was a really good game though, and I love playing Jose. It was so fun. Like we go way back and had a blast. It was a really good time. Game 3 was against Ryan. I think Michael's last name is Siegler. Yeah. Michael Siegler. But anyways, game 3 was against Ryan Smith, who was also playing Northern Alliance. And big shout out to him. He got either Best Painted or Player's Choice. I don't honestly remember. Sorry, Ryan, but you got something. Good job for you. With this really cool Zelda-themed Northern Alliance army. It was awesome. He even had his hero. Everybody got a Lone Wolf or a Lone Ranger for the event, which had some cool abilities to it, like shooting abilities or melee abilities, based on which one you got. And he even had Link, a little Link being his ranger. I thought it was cool. It was super awesome. We both had pretty similar lists. Like a good 75% of our list was identical. And basically what it came down to was, roles were definitely involved, but it was who hit first who and who hit harder. And I didn't have enough push to get there, and I did not get him. The mission we were playing was Dominate. Yeah, we were playing Dominate. I don't remember what was special about this mission either. I'm so sorry, guys. It was Dominate, but it was no. That's what it was. Jose and I were playing Dominate, and it was the zones. There was sections, and it was worth more the closer you were into the middle. But then Ryan and I played, I believe, Control, which is the hold the quadrants. And I did not do very well. I held like 1 or 2 quadrants, and he held 4. So it is what it is. That's just the way it goes sometimes. It was a lot of fun, though. Ryan and I haven't played in a minute, I think in a couple years, and so it was really good. And 2 really cool, beautiful armies fighting each other is always fun to see. I'm proud of my stuff. I think it looks pretty good, and it's fun to get to see somebody else that has like this. He masterly painted army playing against me. So I was 1 and 2 going through day 1, and then day 2 we ended up fighting Devlin Smith. I think it was Devlin. So he brought Empire Dust. His list was a lot of chariots and a lot of it was a lot of chariots. Pretty much all there's to it. A lot of chariots and some like regiments and stuff of skeletons, and like I think he had 1 regiment of cavalry. They were Worm Riders. Yeah, he brought a unit of Worm Riders. And then I think maybe some Slave Guardians. That just seems like a lot of EOD lists run those, so it might just be me thinking of other lists I've seen. This one we played Pillage. And this one was where it was Pillage, but we got to pick 1 objective to be worth more by the end of the game. And we picked it secretly. So this game, it was a lot of maneuvering mistakes on my end. I felt like I jammed myself up a lot, and I realized I didn't have a dedicated objective camper, and that was something I noticed a lot in my list, actually. Like I had Snow Foxes were the best thing I could just throw away to go put on an objective. Like I picked a home objective, and I had Ice Trolls sitting on the objective to get me in. I was like, they're not fighting. Like that's like a 240 point unit doing nothing, and I can't do that. But I can't use stuff like Snow Foxes because they'll get shot, and I know they're stealthy and they can cover and stuff, but they're a 9/11 2 defense unit. They can get knocked down, and like especially something like Drain Life, from the Soul Snare, okay, they're just randomly dead now, and I just lose that objective. And somebody that can't get back there now just can't do it. So I felt like my list was a little too diverse in offensive options and my nothing defensively, and that was a struggle. And so I ended up losing pretty bad to Devlin. I think I only got my secret objective, which was by the one at my furthest back point, and then my deployment zone. And then I got the bye round 5, which you'll see this lovely photo of what I did with the bye after drinking a mess load of alcohol. Throughout the whole weekend, I ended up sleeping. So I fell asleep apparently multiple times during round 5. Photos were taken, laughs were had. But again, this is just the fun of the event. I'm going up there and having a good time, and just like there's so much fun, and everybody's basically like family, and I absolutely love that. I'm gonna do my best to always go to this event, and it is an absolute blast to see everybody play all these games. Everything's fun. There's always a fun twist. You can't just play the same old boring missions that you always play. You got to be prepared for some tweaks and stuff. And I really enjoy that. I think that keeps things fresh, and it makes you have to really think. you can't just win off of, just practice alone. You have to have some skill. So, yeah, that was the tournament. I had a really good time. I think that Lone Wolf is one of my favorite tournaments. It's a really good beginner tournament. I think a lot of people should attend. The only prize I got was the Give Me Award, which was the person who stayed up drinking the latest the whole weekend, every night. And apparently I did that. So, and this is an actual award they give out every year at Lone Wolf. It's pretty awesome. And it's an honor to get to he's a fantastic guy. I love him to death. And to get the award named after him, it's just, my heart goes out. So that was the event. Again, guys, super sorry for the delay posting of this video. Had an absolute blast the whole time, despite going, I say 1-4. Technically, I went 2-3 because of the bye, but I don't count that. So I went 1-4. I had a lot of fun. Everybody was a blast. I had a great time. And for the record, I took the bye. I was offered the bye, and while I would have loved to have played a game, I as somebody who also runs events, I totally understand people who are there, like traveling a lot further than I am, that I don't want them to get the bye. So I have no problem with it, and I used it to get some awesome sleep. Another big thing real quick about Lone Wolf is prize support. That's another reason why it's a great newbie tournament. Is I think every single person walked out of there with like a model kit of some kind. I walked out of there with a Mantic Slasher and some Bretonnian Knights that were being given away, like old school Warhammer Old World like knights. It was freaking awesome. So had an absolute blast. It's an amazing tournament. The charity event's awesome. The drinking and having fun with friends is awesome. The games are a blast. There's so many awards that are given out. I think there's like over a dozen different trophies given out. And it's just fantastic. I'd recommend anybody who is in that area every year in April, go, have a good time, and just be prepared for some zany fun missions and good times with alcohol. So anyways, guys, that's really all I've got. It's been an absolute blast. I'll keep doing these videos as much as I can. I'll start trying to be a lot more fresh on them. If you guys have any questions or anything or want to see anything else, just let me know. Bye.